We do get some atmospheric inputs, some with rainfall and so on, bringing down some nutrients. For example, nitrogen, roughly 14 kilograms per hectare going into that prairie meadow there just from rainfall. It's a bit misleading to the photo. It looks like it's all grass, but it's actually some other plants in there, including some legumes, although from extensive studies, the legumes in those fields don't fix very much nitrogen, maybe a bit for their own use. So I don't think that the legumes in there are doing much for the nitrogen budget of that. That's a whole detailed story that would take quite a bit in its own. So again, how do they compare to high input annual cereal production? I think compared to European and UK standards, these are pretty low productive, relatively low input systems. Kansas is a very difficult place to grow crops. As my colleague says, Kansas is a terrible place to grow wheat. It's just that it grows better than just about anything else. Kansas is the #1 wheat producing state in the United States, so it actually serves as a good model crop to study when we're comparing it to the model system of grasslands. So just briefly talking about some of the yields, the carbon and nitrogen, and the ecosystem processes and how they compare across these two systems. I'm not going to go into a lot in terms of, carbon sequestration rates and so on, just talk about overall losses to the system. If you want much more technical detail on this, we put out a special volume of the journal Agriculture, Ecosystems, and Environment. 3 of those papers I'm drawing from to just quickly go through this. So just looking at inputs over here. So what we're doing, comparing the inputs in the perennial grass fields to the annual wheat fields, the outputs, the above ground food webs, what kinds of plants there that dominate those systems, and then some of the below ground results. It's very